Arizona's birthday. 108 years ago today, President William
June
Howard
23,
Taft
1912,
signed
Alan
a bill
Matheson
that
Turing
made
was born.
Arizona the
The
fourth
father of computer,
state
world mathematics genius who cracked the code of the Nazis during World War II. A feat that saw the war ending a lot sooner than expected.
Alan Matheson Turing was born on June 23, 1912, in Maida Vale, London. From the very beginning, it seemed like Alan was destined for greatness. His father, Julius Matheson Turing, worked in the Indian Civil Service, and his mother, Ethel Sarah Stoney, was the daughter of an engineer. So you could say that curiosity and intellect were in his blood. Growing up, Alan had a knack for solving problems that seemed impossible to others. At the age of 6, he was sent to St. Michael's, a day school in Hastings. Even at this young age, his teachers recognized his exceptional abilities. They often noted that Alan's mind worked in ways that were different from other children. Alan wasn't just a mathematical genius. He was also a person with a rich and complex personal life. Born to Julius and Ethel Turing, Alan spent much of his early years separated from his parents due to his father's job in the Indian Civil Service. He and his older brother, John, were left in the care of foster parents. This early separation likely shaped his independent and somewhat solitary nature. When he was 13, Alan attended Sherborne School, a prestigious boarding school in Dorset. Now, you might think that a young genius like Alan would thrive in an academic environment, but Sherborne wasn't exactly a perfect fit for him. The school emphasized classical education and sports, while Alan was more interested in math and science. He often found himself at odds with the curriculum and the traditional methods of teaching. But that didn't stop him. Alan's love for numbers and logic was so strong that he continued to pursue his interests independently. One of the most remarkable stories from Alan's time at Sherborne involves his determination to attend school during the 1926 general strike in Britain. With no public transportation available, Alan, just 14 years old, rode his bicycle over 60 miles from Southampton to Sherborne. Despite the challenges, Alan's talent couldn't be overlooked. In 1931, he began studying at King's College, Cambridge. Here, Alan finally found an environment where his brilliance was recognized and nurtured. He graduated with a first-class honors degree in mathematics in 1934. Just 2 years later, at the age of 24, he was elected a Fellow at King's College due to his dissertation on the central limit theorem. While at Cambridge, Alan was introduced to the works of mathematician Kurt Gödel, whose incompleteness theorems had a profound impact on him. This exposure led Alan to develop his own groundbreaking ideas, which would later become the foundation for modern computer science. After Alan Turing graduated from Cambridge in 1934, he didn't waste any time making waves in the field of mathematics. One of his most significant contributions came in 1936, when he published a paper titled On Computable Numbers with an application to the n-scalars problem. Yeah, I know, it's a mouthful. But this paper was groundbreaking. In it, Turing introduced the concept of a theoretical machine that could perform any calculation, what we now call a Turing machine. This idea laid the foundation for modern computer science. Now, fast forward to 1938. Turing went to Princeton University in the United States, where he earned his PhD, under the supervision of the famous logician Alonzo Church. While at Princeton, Turing continued to develop his ideas about computation and algorithms. But soon, world events would pull him back to Britain. With the outbreak of World War II in 1939, Turing returned to the UK and joined the Government Code and Cipher School at Bletchley Park. This is where Turing's genius truly shone. He became a key player in the effort to break the German Enigma code, which the Nazis used to encrypt their military communications. Turing and his team at Bletchley Park developed the bomb, an electromechanical device designed to break Enigma codes. This was no small feat. The Enigma machine was incredibly complex, and the Germans believed its encryption was unbreakable. But Turing's work on the bomb dramatically shortened the war, saving countless lives. It's estimated that his contributions helped end the war by at least 2 years. But Turing's interests weren't confined to just computing and cryptography. He also ventured into the field of mathematical biology. In 1952, he published a paper on morphogenesis, the process that causes an organism to develop its shape. Turing proposed a mathematical model to explain patterns in nature, like the stripes on zebras or the spiral patterns of shells. This work was highly influential in the field of developmental biology. As Alan grew older, he continued to struggle with his identity. During a time when homosexuality was not just socially unacceptable but illegal in the UK. Despite these challenges, he had a few significant relationships. In 1941, during his time at Bletchley Park, he became engaged to Joan Clark, a fellow codebreaker. However, Turing eventually broke off the engagement, feeling it wouldn't be fair to Joan given his sexuality. Despite this, the two remained close friends throughout their lives. Sadly, Turing's brilliant career was cut short. In 1952, he was prosecuted for homosexual acts, which were illegal in the UK at the time. He was given a choice between imprisonment and chemical castration. He chose the latter. The conviction led to the loss of his security clearance, and he was barred from continuing his cryptographic work. On June 7, 1954, Alan Turing died from cyanide poisoning. The official verdict was suicide, though some believe it might have been accidental. His death was a tragic end to a life that had contributed so much to science and humanity. One of the more quirky aspects of Turing's personal life was his fascination with fairy tales and literature. He was known to enjoy reading stories like Snow White, and there's even a poignant connection to his death. The circumstances surrounding his death have led some to speculate that he took inspiration from Snow White, as he was found with a half-eaten apple by his bedside, believed to be laced with cyanide. Despite all, Turing's legacy lives on. His work laid the foundation for modern computing and artificial intelligence, and he is rightfully remembered as one of the greatest minds of the 20th century. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos.